Hello, and welcome to the Tray Station, everybody. It is so cool to do this book. I'm really excited about it. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and then A Bad Kitty Christmas, which is this one. So I'm going to start with How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then I have a little surprise at the end. Oh, you're going to love it. I thought about it at the end. I'm like, definitely going to do that. So that's going to take you to participate at home, hopefully. Yes. So anyway, I'm very excited about it. I'm going to give a couple people some time to get on because they just text me. Thank you guys for coming. Hi, Lorenzo. Hi, Ellen. And boys, if you're with her. Guys, make sure you say something so I know you're there. I didn't start reading yet, so I'm actually looking so I can see who's popping on. But once I start reading, I'm not going to know unless you actually type something in, and then I'll know that you're there. Anyway, do you like my makeup? It's a little bit different today. I was going to wear my Christmas hat, but I didn't want it to be too similar as yesterday, so I decided to throw on this hat. Plus it matches me. Anyway, that's it. So yeah, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I supported a small business store. I went to, hello, Molly. Hi, Chris. Anyway, so, excuse me. I supported a small business, and I went to Andover Bookstore, and I got this book. And I'm very excited. It's brand new. It's great. So anyway, that's cool. And here we go. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So we're going to do the Grinch, then I'm going to do the Bad Kitty Christmas, and then we're going to go back, and we're going to do my little surprise. Hopefully, you will like it. Anyway, okay, so How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is by Dr. Seuss. Hello. I'm still sick. I'm still working it out. Hi, Grayson and Tristan. How you guys doing? Anyway, hi, Christian. You can still see I'm sick. Anyway, here we go. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. Okay. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Oh, that's rough. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was quite busy hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming, for tomorrow he knew. For tomorrow he knew all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early, then rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. Pog? Then the Who's young and old would sit down to a feast, and then feast, and then feast, and then feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. Thank you. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing, then stand hand in hand, and the who's would start singing. Then sing, and then sing, and then sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas Sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming, but how? Thank you. And then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. Hi, Anne. Hi, Renee. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Clausy hat and a coat, and he chuckled and chuckled. What a great Grinchy trick! With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer, the Grinch looked around. But since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. It's kind of a bigger book. I want to make sure I show you all the pics. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up," and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Ruh-roh. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with the smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one right up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who Clash. Hi, Jane. Welcome. Oh, and I love you, little granddaughter, or whatever her name is. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. Isn't that rude? I know, I'm so sick still. But honestly, I love talking to people because I haven't really seen anybody. Because I'm contagious. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like a coo of the dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?" Oh, so sad. In the movie, Cindy Lou was much older. But anyway. But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. Hi, Cousin Bobby. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Oh. You almost think he's going to have a change of heart and leave the tree there, right? Seeing the poor little beanbag. Then the last thing he took was the log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. How rude. What's funny is that they say mice eat crumbs, right? Well, Rocky's a guinea, but he's a fat moose. He eats way more than a crumb. Sorry. Then he did the same thing to the other whose houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other whose mouses. It was dawn, all the who's still abed, all the who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. Rocky's both. I love Rocky. He's a little sick too. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the who's. He was Grinchishly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two, and then the who's down in Whoville will all cry boo-hoo. That rude. Why does that make them happy? It's awful, guys. It's awful. I met someone with no Christmas spirit on the phone today. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. He's your hero? I mean, he is pretty awesome. You have to see his backstory. He had a rough story. Poor Grinch. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He started down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours, till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. Oh, here's a little realization. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. Oh. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And all the Who's welcomed him. I love the movie too. I was actually watching the movie. What comes from Amazon? It comes from a store in his house. Oh. Okay, and now I have Bad Kitty. This is a Bad Kitty Christmas. It's a Bad Kitty every day because they are so fresh. But I love my kitties. This kitty reminds me of Othello. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the city not a creature was stirring. Oh, this is by Nick Bruel. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Okay. Not a creature was stirring except for Bad Kitty. Oh. These books are so big, it's hard to squeeze them in. How did she get here, you may ask yourself? It's a very long story. I'll tell it myself. First thing this morning, I awoke to a clatter. I ran down the stairs and asked, "What's the matter?" That's when I found Kitty in the midst of her caper. She'd torn through the gifts and was covered in paper. Ugh, isn't that rude? The angel was ambushed, the books were all bumped, the cards were all crushed, the drums were all dumped. The eggnog was ended, the fruitcake was flung, the gifts were all gutted, the holly unhung. No, you don't see, there's Coco on the bed over there, and that is Eddie. Thello's not in here. Thello! He'll come in. You know what's great about this book? It's actually doing the alphabet, which is really cute. I like it a lot. And it does it a few times, which is great. So if you're looking for like help with reading, it makes it fun. The icicles injured, the jingle bells jumped, Kris Kringle was kicked, the lights were all lumped. The manger was mauled, the nutcracker nailed, the ornaments oosted, the poinsettia paled. Othello. Othello. The quiet was quashed, the ribbons ripped up, the star was sent swirling, the tree was tripped up. The unicorn uglied, Vixen was vexed, the wreath looked just wretched, the xylophone exed. Our Yuletide looked yucky. My zeal had been zapped when I had found Kitty in the shreds where she napped. Oh, Kitty, bad Kitty, I'm filled with distress. You've ruined our Christmas. Just look at this mess. All of these presents, these were for you. Why did you do it? And Kitty said, meow. Tristan's bad kitty Goose is also, well, hello, Goose. I'm trying to get Othello in here. Othello, come here, Othello. Like the kitty said, meow. Though there were presents and bundles and boxes galore, Kitty was angry. She wanted more. I don't know why he's not coming. Othello. Come here, Bubba. An ape and a bear and a cormorant dish. A duck and an eagle baked with a fish, a gecko, a horse, an ibis, a jackal, a kiwi and a lion and a soap with a mackerel, a narwhal, an owl, and a penguin on rye, a quetzal, a rabbit, and a seahorse in pie, a toad, an urchin, a vole, and a whale, a xeris and yak fried with zebra tail. That does it. I've had it. Just look at this place. I don't care if you're mad, Kitty. You're a disgrace. I've never known someone so selfish and greedy. 'Tis the season, you know, to give to the needy. I'd better start cleaning. What will you do? Do you feel like helping? And Kitty said, mew. He reminds me of Othello. Othello, come here. Come here. Say hi to the people. Come here. Up. Oh, he was laying right there that whole time I was calling him. He was already in here. Come here, buddy. Come up. Come up. Come. Up. Come up, Bill. She was stiff-miffed when we packed up to go on an afternoon trip in the Christmas Eve snow. As we left for the city to see Uncle Murray, the window was open and she left in a hurry. Oh, Kitty, dear Kitty, don't go, you must stay, we shouted and cried as she ran away. But still she abandoned us right there and then. We thought that we'd never see Kitty again. Hi, buddy. So Kitty jumped out the window. There's Othello. He's not a bad kitty. He's a good kitty. He's a good kitty, except for he eats my dog's food. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and out on the street I saw a little black cat with little wet feet. She sat in an alley, a path dark and scary. She didn't look jolly. She didn't look merry. She looked so alone as she sat there and pondered, as if she was lost and unsure where she wandered. And then she began to meow and to bellow. She cried for a while, until I said, hello. What do we have here, a little black cat? Don't you have a home? Let's look into that. Oh. The little old lady found her. Hi, buddy. Hi. There, little cat. It'll be all right. You shouldn't be out in this cold wintry night. I'll take you upstairs to dry off your fur. Would you like some food? And the kitty said, brr. Now, my home's a bit empty. Why, it's practically bare. But I still have a little, and I'm happy to share. I grabbed a clean towel to dry off her back and set down a plate with a small, tasty snack. Isn't that lovely? That this poor little lady that has nothing still decides to share with this beautiful cat. Hi, Bubba. Don't leave. He's so nice. He's a nice guy. Why are you leaving? Oh, you're not leaving. You're not leaving. Do you like this old tree, the one on the shelf? Did you know I adorned it all by myself? You won't see any tinsel, not even one light. It only has photos, and they're all black and white. Come sit with me, cat, and let me show you all the folk in my life and the people I knew. Here's my Aunt I just turned around and he stared at me. Here's my Aunt Agnes with my brother Bobby, with dear cousin Clancy and his daughter Dottie. There's Edgar and Elder with my father Frank, next to my grandmother Gail and my husband Hank. Oh. There are my in-laws, Ike and Ilana, with their two juveniles, John and Johanna. They each had a kid, Kendra and Ken, and the lineage goes on with Landra and Len. Here's my mother Marge with her lovely niece Nan, with her offspring Oscar and her partner Pam. That's Quinn in the quilt, a family heirloom. He's related to Robert, who hails from Khartoum. That's my sister Sophie and her twins Tina and Todd, with dear Uncle Upton, who had a nose that was odd. That's Vasha, my friend, or friend, in Afrikaans. She's Walter's wife, and he is my son. This last one's my favorite. It's the whole silly gang at a Christmas reunion where we laughed and we sang. We met in New York near the end of December. I wrote on the picture so I'd always remember. Why do I have to keep requesting? Why do I have you keep requesting? Why do I have you? What? To keep requesting what? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. So I'd always remember, oh, here it is, Xmas 1962. We're spending our Yule at the Central Park Zoo. This cat looked entranced while I patted her fur as she stared at each picture there before her. Oh, I don't know why. That's weird. You should know, cat, that I'm still quite content with only this tree that looks slightly bent. I may not have jewels on a car or a yacht, but I still have my memories, and that's quite a lot. Oh, this poor old lady. Isn't she adorable? Look at how cute she is, little lady. Ugh. Little cat, this is what Christmas should be. It's not about stuff from a big spending spree. It's not about presents all over the place. It's not about food or stuffing your face. Like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Eid, you see, Christmas is all about family. Home's where the heart is. That's what they say. So I'll bet your poor heart feels miles away. Don't fret, little cat. Wipe off that tear. If we can't find your home, then you can stay here. But I could tell she was homesick, that she wanted more, and that's when we heard a scratch at the door. Oh. There's someone to see you, you lucky black cat. I think that he knows where your home is at. Like a furry black flash, she flew out the door. She was moving so fast she should not touch the floor. So I guess you'll be leaving, I said with a sigh. I'm so glad I met you. Tell your folks I said hi. Oh. So I sat in my chair, I put my tree in my lap, and I settled myself for a long winter nap. I was happy to know she had a home of her own. Too bad I'd be spending my Christmas alone. Oh, that's kind of sad. The book is backwards. What? Oh, I know, because it's on my phone. But just when I started to slumber and snore, again I heard scratching at my front door. This cat had come back like she'd had something to do. What do you want? And Kitty said, you too. Oh. You don't have to read it. That's why I'm reading it to you. But you get the gist with the pics. You can still see the good pics. Know what I'm saying? I know, Ellen. Wait. 'Twas the night before Christmas. We were filled with regrets as we sat in our seats, missing our pets. The house seemed so empty without them around. I wished and I hoped they were both safe and sound. Then onto the door there arose such a knock, I sprang from my chair from the sudden shock. When what to my wondering eye should appear, but Kitty and Puppy and a lady most dear. They're home, Christmas is saved. Welcome home, Kitty, I hope you behaved. And thank you, dear lady, for bringing them back. I hope that you'll stay for a late Christmas snack. Isn't that beautiful? Now she's not going to be alone for Christmas, the little beanbag who can't even remember who's in the picture, a little tiny beanbag. Oh. And she did, don't you know? In fact, she moved in. Some friends are like family, and she became kin. Isn't that beautiful? Up there is her photo. It's high on the tree, wrapped snug in the branches for everyone to see. So Kitty is home now. I think that she'll stay. She's gone off to bed to end this long day. The story is over now that everything's right. Merry Christmas to all. Look at her little picture. Isn't she cute? Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I know. What are you, my mama? Pushy. No, they invited her to stay. Thank you. Okay, so that's the end of that story. I thought this was so cute that he found the little lady found him, and then she ends up moving in. I know. I was so happy it had a good ending too. I was like, oh my God, I was like crying when I read it the first time. So I have another little treat. Hopefully you will be able to participate. I know, right? All right, hold on. So I looked this up. Hopefully, wait. Oh, it's the Grinch song. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. Or cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. I like this song a lot. You ready? You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. I know, right? Me too. Your heart's an empty hole. Chris, sing along. Brain is full of spiders. You got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. I won. Mr. Grinch, you have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Grinch. Given the choice between the two of you, I'd take the seasick crocodile. I don't know if he's still here. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, westy skunk. Your heart is of a one-wash socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk, rotter. Mr. Grinch. Hi, Aaron. You're the king of sinful sots. You're the heart's a dead tomato splot with moldy purple spots, Mr. Grinch. Your soul is an appalling dump heap, overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable. Filled up in tangled up knots. I ate, and he ate me. Mr. Grinch, with the nauseous super nos. A crooked jerking jockey, and you drive a crooked hoss, Mr. Grinch. You're a 3-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce. Good times. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you sang along. I hope you liked that song. I don't even know if you could really hear it that well, but it's just played off my computer. But I figured, why not play the Grinch? I like that one. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my stories. I loved A Bad Kitty Christmas. And it's great if you're looking for help with reading because it does the alphabet and it's really good. I'm so glad you could hear it. Oh, you sang along? Yay! I loved Bad Kitty Christmas. I seriously cried when I first read it. And stunk. But then when I heard the ending, I was so happy that she moved in. I'm glad you caught it too. You and Ann didn't sing along? Der burger. Tell Ann, I made up that word. Der burger, my word. Anyway, I love The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I'm so glad I got that story. Thank you, Molly Concannon, for recommending it. I hope Walker saw it and he was happy. Last night I did I Am the Grinch, which was like an intro to the Grinch and, whatever. But this one is so much better. I'm actually watching The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I was doing it while I did my makeup just to get into the Grinchish mode. And that's it. So tomorrow is the last night. So this week, I did a story every day. Well, I did 2 stories every day. Tomorrow, I'm going to do 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And and I'm going to do, that's right, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Repeat. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's so good. And you just have to feel so bad for Jack. Fortnite has it. I don't understand what that means. What, has the Grinch? Anyway. Yeah, so tomorrow, like I said, it's going to be 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And, a repeat of Nightmare Before Christmas. And 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And that's it. One of their skins. Durburger. Yeah, but I made up that word. I've been saying it forever. But anyway. So hello. So thank you for coming to the train station. After Christmas, it'll go back to Wednesdays at 7-ish. I always tend to run a few minutes late. And that's it. So thank you for coming. Stay safe. Merry Christmas. Coming tomorrow. Tomorrow's will be much earlier. Probably like 4, I'm guessing. I'll do it in the morning and I'll let you know what we're looking at. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for coming. I think this is the most people I've had in a couple weeks. So thank you. 6, that's a lot. For me, it's usually 2. Good night. Merry Christmas. Oh, you're a ho. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow. I hope you joined in. I'd love to see you again. If you didn't catch Nightmare Before Christmas the first time, oh, we love you. Yeah, we love you. I love you guys too. So we're definitely going to do that again. And 'Twas the Night Before Christmas because it is the night before Christmas. I will. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you. I figured I had so many good stories. I didn't want to not do them. So that's why. But anyway, thank you so much again, guys, for coming to the train station. I will see you tomorrow. And that's it. Stay safe. I hope so. And good night and Merry Christmas. Bye.